in my lab test with my doctors just seemed weird, and I needed to kind of figure it out. So that was kind of my first motivation. So meeting you at the thyroid class, understanding that you do more nutritional stuff and um, kind of reset the body back using food. That was interesting to me. Focusing on my health, working a lot on fitness, endurance, that type of thing. I can notice, first of all, I lost 30 pounds
Yeah.
and then, gained a lot of strength. So obviously that makes you feel better right away. But in all of this, I've, kind of kicked some bad habits and relied less on a variety of different medications. Didn't have as much motivation for sure. Before I was pretty bloated constantly. That probably had a lot to do with over consuming, over drinking alcohol, getting kind of, complacent about eating out when it was convenient, getting a lot of, things that were easy to make maybe, and not focusing really on getting as much vegetables as I needed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wasn't feeling terribly, but again, over years and over time, your baseline kind of goes down, and so you don't really have a good comparison. You're like, oh well, I feel better than yesterday, or same as yesterday, but meanwhile you're kind of on that steady decline over the course of 6 years, which so for me, I found it really beneficial to have you, as an accountability, a person that would place accountability on me, mentor me, talk, for an hour at a time with me, because you just don't get that time at a with your doctor. If you do, it's only once every 6 months or half a year for every checkup. So I had some serious questions, and you really listened to me and answered a lot of it, set me up with some reference material, other things that kind of kicked me off in a good starting point. It was puzzling to me to have this thyroid problem and some other issues that I was working through. At my age, 28, I wouldn't really expect to have that, and doctors didn't really expect it either. So, yeah, I mean, it just kind of puzzling to me. I kind of treated it as like a detective story or something, trying to figure out some underlying issues there.
That's exactly how I look at it. Really, you hit the nail on the head. It's kind of detective work and just diving deeper and getting to the root of these issues. It's different in everybody. If you have 30 people that come to you with thyroid issues, that doesn't mean that all their underlying issues are the same. So you got to kind of figure that out with deeper questions, more questions, and symptom questionnaires and things like that you filled out. And
the one thing that I do want to add that we haven't really talked about before, but it's kind of changed a lot of how I've approached, a lot of different things. And I think it's kind of a cool mantra to have. But the 80% that you kind of first said at the very beginning, stick to it 80%. That sets it helps because you're not setting the bar so high.
Mm-hmm.
Always leaving time, or always leaving enough to like be had on the next day. So, I don't know where you learned that from, but that really helped me out. That 80%, just do it 80%, and then you always kind of raise the bar after you get there. So
it's a great place to start. The 80% thing is it's all about sustainability. I feel like if you are working with anybody and you want them to do something 100% perfect, we're not perfect people. We're going to mess up. And so typically when people initially mess up, they feel defeated and just give up. And they say, well, I already screwed up. It's too difficult. I'm done. But really, and you're a living, example of this. If you stick with it, as are many other people, but if you stick with it 80% or 85% or 90%, it's absolutely life-changing. And you get to, I don't call it a cheat day. I call it it's a reward day. If you have a meal that's not perfect every once in a while, it's not a huge deal. But if you have 15 of those in a row, then that's when things start to unwind. But yeah, 80% is a great place to start. Some people get better than that. Some people just kind of ride that and maintain it for the rest of their life. But bottom line is, it's absolutely life-changing. So that's cool to know that helped.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. All right, Ethan, appreciate it.
Okay.
We'll be in touch. We'll talk to you later.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot.